Hello to all of you. Simon, it's awesome to be back in Birmingham. We were just working it out. It's been 20 years.
It is almost 20 years exactly since we first met. We were both speaking at an event. I think you were talking about properties overseas. I was talking about UK property, and obviously we paths keep on crossing.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. I can't believe it's 20 years I'm back in Birmingham. We just had an amazing morning. We've been going through a lot of the stuff you're doing.
Yep.
But actually, tell us just quickly about your podcast that you're doing and how can people find that? Because I enjoyed the conversation and I look forward to sharing it with my community.
So we have Property Magic Podcast, comes out once a week on a Tuesday. You get it all major platforms on iTunes and Google Play, etc. Just search for it, and when we have it, we'll let you have that so you can share it. And basically, I'm sharing things usually from my property mastermind program, hints and tips about UK investing, a lot about mindset. And I've started to get guests. In fact, you're the first guest who's not done my mastermind program, but sharing their success and just to help build people's belief that they can do this.
Yeah.
So it's great to have you here. Really good value. I'm sure people are going to look forward to hearing about that. And we were talking about how we're going to be partnering in the UK.
Yeah. No, well, I wanted to talk about that, because for me, to diversify and to invest around the world, it's all about quality partners. And something you said today, which I picked up on, you've been doing this for 30 years now.
Yes.
So people sit and they go, you're about to meet some Chinese investors, as an example.
Yeah.
Whether you're a local investor or an international investor, why would you try and go and figure it all out to do it yourself when you can partner with someone like yourself?
Absolutely.
So just talk a little bit about what you're doing at the moment and where the opportunities lie.
So, the UK is a great place to invest for the simple reason, the fundamentals, the macroeconomics. We just do not have enough accommodation here. All the political parties agree we need at least 300,000 new homes a year, and we're building nowhere near that, less than 200,000. So the supply and demand is that over the long term, both rents and values will go up. The challenge is, for many overseas investors, it's hard to get mortgages here. You've got to be an extra 5% stamp duty. If you're not resident, there's less lenders you can use. So we are working with existing landlords here who are getting a bit fed up. They're happy to sell, but they recognise prices are going to go up. And we've created this new product called Equity Release we're going to be bringing to the Wealth Migrate platform, where overseas investors can invest in already set up cash generating projects. So you're not having any development risk. You don't have to get a mortgage. You're getting the benefit of leverage. So you're putting a little bit of money in. The owners are getting to release that as a loan. They don't pay tax on it. They can use that for other investments or whatever they want to do. And then you share some of the equity growth. So it's a really fantastic, a leveraged way to get into property without having the liability of debt, getting a 6% return per annum, which is a fairly good return because you've got none of the hassle. Yeah. So it's just trying to innovate by looking at what are the problems with existing owners, what are the problems for international investors or even UK investors, how can we bring them together? You and I are problem solvers. We've created platforms before to help people invest, and that's what this is all about.
I think the last two things that I'd say here that are really important, which you said they're hassle-free, they don't have to go do the management.
Absolutely.
It's hard enough managing a property when you live in a country. When you're overseas, it's a whole nother paradigm. So, you don't have to deal with any of that hassle, which is important. And then the last thing I'd say, which I think is also important, is that the old way of doing it was to be a mom and pop, go buy a house, try and do it all yourself. Now you can partner with someone like Simon, you can do it at scale. You're doing an opportunity at the moment, which is 10 flats, as an example. And there's an opportunity, a piece of land next door that's already owned with the ability to build another 10 flats. Six flats. That's an example of doing it at an institutional level versus a mom and pop.
Yes.
I was telling you about that opportunity in London I saw yesterday, where the guy has 420 units, and it's just, that's the level that I want to help people play at, and that's why I deeply appreciate your partnership. I know you've got a duck.
I have.
You're literally like playing a relay race here between the South Africans and the Chinese. But it's lovely to see you doing what you love on the ground, and
it's great to see you again. I look forward to working together.
Awesome. Thanks
so much.